Hello soulmates, I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm showing you guys how to make this stylish built-up neckline dress that you're seeing right here with a separate ruched skirt on it. So if you're new here, highly welcome. Please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and also share. And spontaneous subscribers, thank you guys for support. I appreciate your efforts. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into the pattern drafting. So going ahead to chop down my vertical measurement, here is my bust, my under bust, and then my waist, okay? So I'll be drafting out the upper part first before we go to the skirt part of it. So from the upper part, I came down by 2 inches for my built-up collar, okay? And here is my shoulder line. So on this line, I go ahead and chop down half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. My shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2, I have 8. I'll mark it down. From the point, I came down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. And from that 1 inches, I came down by 8 inches for my armhole. After that, I'll go ahead and connect from my shoulder slope down to my armhole. So next, I'll go ahead and chop down my basic neck width of 3 inches. And I'll go ahead and connect it down to my shoulder slope this way. So next, I'll go ahead and measure out what I have from the shoulder to my armhole. What I have here is 9. I'll go ahead and mark it down here also. Then I'll connect a straight line. And this line will be my chest line, okay? My chest line. So next, I'll go ahead and divide my armhole into 2. Get the midpoint. From the midpoint, I'll come in by 0.5. And I'll go ahead and connect it this with the upper part. And this is what I have. So next, I'll go ahead and divide my bust circumference by 4. Then I'll use my curve rule to connect it this way. And this is what I have, okay? So next, I'll go ahead and chop down half of my nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple is 8 inches divided by 2. I have 4. So I'll chalk it down from the bust down to the waistline. Next, on both sides of my under bust, I'll go ahead and come out on both sides by 1 inches. I'll repeat the same process on my waistline. Then I'll connect a straight line this way on both sides. And after that, I'll go ahead and use my calculator to connect it this way to my bust point. And this is what I have, okay? So the next thing is to insert my body measurement. My bust divided by 4, I'll mark it down. My under bust divided by 4, I'll chalk it down, plus my 2 inches that, I'll replace it back. My waist divided by 4, I'll mark it down, plus my 2 inches that, I'll replace it back. After that, I'll go ahead and connect them this way using my ruler. And this is what I have, okay? So next, I'll go ahead and connect my darts to my armhole this way using my curve rule. And this is what I have, guys, okay? So next, I'll be making use of a side dart. From the bust line, I came down by 1 inches. And from the bust point, I came out by 0.5. And I'll go ahead and connect it, okay? For your side dart, go ahead and measure out what you have from shoulder to waist of your front and that of your back. So mine, the difference of mine is 1 inches, okay? That is for my side dart. So now let's go back to the neckline. I'll go ahead and measure out my neck width. And from that point, I'll come out by 1.5 inches. Then I'll connect a straight line this way. On this line, I'll go ahead and measure out my neck width of 3 inches. Now connect it down to my shoulder this way. So next, from this point, that is this point, I'll come in by 0.5. And from this point, I'll go down by 1 inches this way. Here is the 1 inches. And I'll use my curve ruler to connect the 2 points together. Okay. And this is what I have. So next, from my shoulder, I'll go ahead and come down by 4 inches. That's my neck depth. You can make use of 5 or 6 inches if you want to. Then I'll go ahead and connect it this way to this point. And this is what I have, okay? Make sure you blend in this part. So this is all for the front upper part. The next thing is to cut it out this way. So let's do that, guys. cut out your darts this way, cut out this part, and then close up your dart, open up your side dart and close it up. And this is what we have for the upper part of the front, guys. Okay, so make sure you add your seam allowance in between and also by the side. Okay, so let's go on to the back part of this dress. So here is my back pattern, and I'm going to have to chalk down my vertical measurement. And here is my shoulder line, and from the upper part I came down by 2 inches, same thing I did on the front pattern. So I'll go ahead and chalk down half of my shoulder measurement. From that point I will come down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. From the 1 inches I came down by 8 inches for my armhole. So next I'll go ahead and connect from my shoulder slope down to my armhole. Next I'll go ahead and chalk down my basic neck width of 3 inches. And after that I'll connect it down to my shoulder slope this way. Next I'll go ahead and measure what I have from the shoulder to my armhole. Whatever I have I'll chalk it down here also. Then I'll connect a straight line which will serve as my chest line. Okay, here's my chest line. So next I'll go ahead and divide my armhole into 2. Get the midpoint. From the midpoint I'll come in by 0.5. Then I'll go ahead and connect it to the upper part this way. And this is what I have. So next I'll go ahead and take out my back dent. Okay, that is to eliminate zipper bulge. From the waistline I'll come in by 1.25. Then I'll connect it this way to the upper part. This is to eliminate zipper bulge. So this part is going out. So next from this point I'll go ahead and chalk down half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. Then I'll connect it straight to my chest line this way. Okay, so next on both sides of my waistline I'll come out on both sides by 0.5. Then I'll go ahead and connect it this way to my bust point. And this is what I have. Okay, so next I'll go ahead and insert my body measurement. That's my circumference of my body, bust divided by 4. I'll check it down. Waist divided by 4. I'll check it down. Plus this 1 inch is that. I will place it back. After that I'll go ahead and connect them this way. Connect it down to my waistline, and this is what I have. Okay, so next I'll go ahead and use my curve ruler to cover my armhole this way, and then connect my dart line to my armhole. Be using my hand to curve it out. From the bust point connect it to my armhole this way, and this is what I have. Okay, so now let's go back to the neckline. Here is my neck width of 3 inches. I'll mark it down. Then I'll come up by 1.5 inches. Then connect a straight line. On this line I'll go ahead and mark out my 3 inches, and I'll connect it down to my shoulder this way. So next from this point I'll come in by 0.5, and from here I'll come down by 1 inches. Then I'll use my curve ruler to connect it this way. Same thing I did on the front pattern. So next from this point I'll come down by 0.5, and I'll go ahead and connect it this way. Okay, so this is all for the back part of this dress. The next thing is to cut it out. So let's do that, guys. Open up your dart, and this is what we have. Okay, so make sure you add your seam allowance in between and also by the side. Then on this side add your 2 inches zipper allowance. Okay, as you can see it's no longer straight. I took out 1.5 inches on the waistline, and that is it for the upper part of this dress. So let's go over to the down part of this dress. So first I'll go ahead and measure out my waist to hip line. My waist to hip line is 11 inches. I'll measure it out. Then after that I'll go ahead and measure out my waist to break. So for your waist to break, go ahead and measure out what you have from your waist to your kneecap. Then you minus 4 inches from it. Okay, you minus 4 inches from whatever you have. That is your break line. So here's my break line. So next thing is to measure out my full length. For the full length, I'm making use of my whole pattern, okay? So I have my hip line, my break line, and then the full length. So on the waistline, I'll go ahead and divide my waist circumference by 4 and I'll chop it down. Hip line, hip circumference divide by 4 and I'll chop it down. Okay, on the break line, whatever I have on my hip measurements, I'll go ahead and minus 1 inches from it, okay? And after that, I'll go ahead and connect them together this way. Then connect it down to your full length. Okay, slant it down to your full length. And this is what we have, okay? So this is all for the down parts. I'll go ahead and I'll cut it out this way. So I'll be using this pattern to cut out both the front and the back of the down part. So for the front part, I'll go ahead and fold my fabric into two, then place this on it and then cut it out. While for the back part, I'll be adding my 2 inches zipper allowance on this side, then cut out the back piece, okay? I believe you understand what I mean. So when you're done cutting out your skirts, as your fabric, go ahead and join it together to the upper part of your dress. Then fix your zipper and your dress is ready. So the next thing now is to cut out the ruche, that's the ruche skirt that is on top of this particular dress, okay? So here's my pattern. I'll go ahead and mark out my waist to hip line. So here is my waist to hip line and I'll connect a straight line this way. So next I'll go ahead and divide my waist circumference by 4 and I'll mark it down. Okay. Hip circumference divided by 4, I'll mark it down. Then I'll be adding extra 2 inches, okay? And this is because of the ruche on both sides of your skirt. So whatever you have on your hip line, go ahead and add extra 2 inches to it, okay? So the next thing is to determine where you want your ruche to stop, where your ruche skirt to stop. I'll make use of 30 inches. You can make use of 35 or 40, depending on how full you want your ruche to be, okay? So here is the 30 inches. So whatever I have on my hip line, I'll go ahead and mark it down on the full length of this ruche skirt. Okay, I'll mark it down. Then after that, I'll connect the 2 points together on a straight line. And after that, I'll go ahead and use my curve ruler to connect this part this way. And after that, this is what we have, okay? So the next thing is to cut it out. So let's do that, guys. And this is what we have, okay? So I'll be explaining this pattern to you guys. Remember, I added extra 2 inches to my hip line because of the ruche by the side. So I'm using the pattern to cut out both the front and the back. For the front, cut it on fold, okay? That is for the front. And for the back, go ahead and add zipper allowance of 2 inches on this side, okay? Then after you're done doing that, go ahead and join the back to the front on both sides using 1 inches. Then after that, go ahead and top stitch on your sewing. There is a space like to create a channel where you'll be passing your rope for your ruche, okay? Then after that, you pass your rope on both sides of your skirt, then you drag it up. That is to create your ruche, okay? Make sure you fix your zipper on your ruche skirt. See you guys in my next class. Bye.